Hello there, welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. I'm Cassie and I'm going to be sharing a few of the new things from the brand new Miss Ink Stamps release. And I have a few things that were sent to me, and so I'll talk about each one and I'll show you an example for almost everything. We're going to start off with some of these designs. We've got this, well, let's start off with this one. I really like this one. So I'm going to put it on white paper so you can kind of give it a look. This one's called Dark Arts, and you've got a couple images. We've got our little pixies, so there's 3 of those. You've got Smile, Jinx, Flaunt It If You Got It, You're Top of the Class, Amazing, What the Hex, You Are My Happiest Memory, Pesky Pixies, You're Fabulous, This Is Just Like Magic, Have Some Chocolate, It'll Make You Feel Better. That's a great sentiment. I did use one of the sentiments for one of the cards that I made, because I did combine some sets, but I really like this. I have some others that go along with this line, and there's quite a few stamp sets in this line that Miss Ink Stamps has, so if you are a fan of this particular book series, you may really enjoy what we got here. So there's that one, and then it kind of goes with this one, which is called Back to Class. And it's got 3 sentiments on it. It says, spooky, how the time flies, this is what an awesome teacher looks like, and you're bloody brilliant. And then we have a door. You've got this really cool staircase. You have this little creature. I'm not great with all the names, just to let you know, so bear with me. Yes, I saw it all. I know it all. But I can't remember at the moment. So, and then we have the chest, and then we have this guy, which y'all are going to remember who that guy is. So this is the card that I made using the 2 images here, and then this, Your Top of the Class. I really, really like those images. I think they look good. I did pair it up with a couple of stencils. This is a new stencil, but we'll get to that one in a second. Now let's move on to, well, no, let's go ahead and show you the stamp, or the stencil. This is a one stencil. I say that because there's quite a few stencils that have more than one. And it is spiders. And so as you can see, I did the spiders on the background. I did pair it up with an old, I want to say it was maybe Bohemian. I have all of my Miss Ink stencils in these little containers, and I'm telling you, I love Miss Ink's stencils. It wasn't Ins and Outs Bohemian, was it? Yes, it was. It was Ins and Outs Bohemian. There's lots of Ins and Outs. If you have never tried her stencils before, or any of her stamps, you should really go check it out, because like I said, I have a ton of them, and this one is full as well. But yeah, big fan of her stencils. Okay, so like I said, this one uses the Ins and Outs Bohemian, and then masked off, and I have the spider as well. Okay, so those are 2 of the stamp sets. There are actually quite a few stamp sets that are released. I did not get them all. Here is another one. This one is called Coffee Philosophy. This is a fun one for all of us coffee lovers. Coffee comes before dishes, laundry, and vacuuming in the dictionary. Coincidence? I think not. Coffee is proof that mornings exist for a reason. We have 2 coffee beans. I don't care if the glass is half full or half empty. Is there coffee in it? Then we have coffee. The most important meal of the day is coffee. I do what I can to make the world a better place. For example, today I had my coffee. So I paired that up with a new stencil. And here is the card that I made with it. I don't care if the glass is half full or empty. Half empty, is there coffee in it? And then I put, I do what I can to make the world a better place. For example, today I had my coffee. So this is actually a really cool stencil. This one is called Sweater Hands, I believe, or Sweater Weather. I have sweater hands, but I think I saw it as sweater weather as well. Either way, I'll have it linked down below. But it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stencils, and they're all numbered and embossed. So you've got the number in that upper right-hand corner. So it's really easy to line them up, you know, do what you got to do, and to make this whole little scene. And this last one, so I did a snowflake on there, but you can do like the little heart, you can do a pumpkin, you can do leaves, or leave it plain, you know, maybe put your sentiment in there. This is another fabulous one. And that one was fun to stencil up. I think that's, you know, stencils are fairly inexpensive. I think that's why I like them so much. You can get a lot of bang for your buck and then, you know, like do up different colors. It's, yeah. The world's your oyster. All right, the final stamp set I have, which I'm honestly I'm going to tell you, it may be my favorite. It's called Bury the Bodies. We all have those friends that we say, yeah, I'll bury your bodies for you. Okay, so I see dead people. Well, technically, they're stupid people, but give me a few minutes. A good friend gives you an alibi. A great friend helps you bury the body. Revenge is beneath me. Accidents, however, can happen. I'll always be your alibi. Home is where the bodies are buried. You're killing it. Be creepy with me. Can you dig it? And then we have Bury M Deep, which could go on your headstone, you know, for like his name is Bury Deep. And then we have R.I.P. for rest in peace. But you have all these other images. You've got a couple of birds, which could be crows. You have some like rocks. You've got the big dirt pile. You've got this one where it looks like they're still digging. You've got the shovel. You got some more different dirt options. And I made this card with it. So I love this one. I built that little scene using a new stencil called Night Sky. Okay, it has 2 stencils, so you can make 2 different sizes of moon or planet or whatever. And then it also has the 2 masks. And then you have, you know, you can make your stars, you can do your clouds. I thought that was super fun. Definitely going to be making more of those. So Night Sky is new also. Yes. Like I said, that one might be my favorite. I already know I'm giving that card to. Okay. Then we had more stencils. So, like I said, I feel like they're really known. Missing Stamps is really known for having a lot of great stencils. Also, lots of great stamps, but lots of great stencils. So I'm going to show you this one. It's going to remind you of a specific movie that just came out. And I did 2 examples for it. All right. This one's called Showtime. So now this one, because it's got the 2 parts that are meant to like do your white, since I did it on white, I put this stencil down and I just outlined those pieces using some black, which worked out fine. And then you've got, you know, his lips and the ghost, and everything lines up easy. It's got the numbers up on the upper right hand corner, and it's got your embossed edges so you can easily line everything up. You could also, you know, you've got his mouth and his eye, and then you could do, instead of the ghosts, if you wanted to do the headstone, you could absolutely do that. Or you could do like the trees and the headstones, which you could easily do there as well. Like, and it's like it's grass coming around. So I think that's cool. And then here are all of the different sentiments that you could either put, like I did this one on a separate piece of paper. I put this one on the headstone, but you can do babe, showtime, shake, never trust the living, hello, senora, I'm dying to see you, happy birthday-o, here's to the strange and unusual, free demon possessions, you're the friend with the most. That's great. So you got some options there too, and it's cute. So I wanted to show you how I did it on white and then did it on colored cardstock. Obviously with the white, I used a dye-based ink for this one. And then I used some pigment inks, or in this case, Distress Oxides for this one. The black, I just used regular black soot because I find that that one is actually a much more true black. But there you go. That's a fun one for Showtime. And then our final one you're going to see here in a little bit. So it's called Halloween Hill, and I'm going to send you off to the video so you can see how I make it. All right, so let's get to our final card. This is called Halloween Hill. It has, I want to say 6 stencils with it as well. Yes, 6 stencils, and they're marked as well. And then I'm going to use this with my Waffle Flower 6x6 grip mat. These grip mats are great for stenciling. I really discovered these not that long ago, and I'm a big fan. So we've got a piece of cardstock that measures 4¼ by 5½ inches. That's the full front of an A2 size card. And I am putting some of my distress inks into my little ink cube holder there, and I'm using my blending brushes to brush on some prize ribbon. So that's going to be our background sky, is some of that prize ribbon. And you're going to recognize this pretty easily as we start doing. So prize ribbon is the first color. I bring in some chipped sapphire just to add a little bit of darkness to the edge of our piece so that the moon almost looks like it's illuminating the sky a little bit. And then we've got our dark that's framing it up a little bit more. Then we're done with our first stencil. So we'll move on to the second stencil. Just easily peel that off. We'll clean those off a little bit. And you're going to notice a lot of these stencils have sentiments on them. I haven't quite decided which sentiment I'm going to use first, so we'll just go ahead and use our black soot on this hill part. As you can see, those sentiments say, have a hauntingly good day, and also Happy Christmas. I end up using the Happy Christmas, but at this point I hadn't quite decided what I was going to use. These stencils are super simple to put together, and you're going to see this card come together very, very quickly. And I love stencils because it also can create a very thin or mailer-friendly card. All right, so this next stencil, we're going to do a layer of the background. And as you can see, there's 3 more sentiments on that. It says, this looks fun, we're meant to be, and what's this? So that first color I'm going to use is Wilted Violet, using a purple blending brush. Might have had a little bit of dark purple on there already. That's okay. That's not going to ruin our ink pad. So I'll pull that one away. We'll bring in the next stencil, and that easily lines up over the top of that. And as you notice, there's a lot more sentiments here as well. All right, we're going to bring in Villainous Potion. That's our next color. But the sentiments say, you're my nightmare, Eureka, what have we here? Every day is Halloween, and trick or treat. All right, so we've inked that up. Love how that looks. And then we'll bring in this stencil so we can put the face on the hill, some stars, and color up the moon. And for this, I decided to use some Distress Oxide since that sits on top of the paper and doesn't kind of go into the paper like Distress inks. So that way I can actually do his face. So his face is going to be a little bit darker because it will pick up some of that black from underneath. That's just the nature of Distress inks. But that's okay. You can still see his face. And then I do up a couple of jack-o'-lanterns, and then the houses have their parts there as well. And then this stencil is actually pretty unique. You get to decide what you want to put on your hill. I think you can see what we're going with here, or what we've got going on. I thought about doing this one, and then I move on because I think I really want a Christmas card. Y'all are going to be like, really? Maybe you won't be, but I've only seen this movie one time. And to be honest, I thought it was fun. I'll probably watch it again this season, but if I had to pick Halloween over Christmas, I'm going to pick Christmas, honestly. Halloween is super fun too, and I think I like Halloween so much because it is the start of all of the different fun seasons. All right, so this is where I bring in that stencil that says Happy Christmas, and I'll just blend that right on top of there. And isn't that funny? All these layers we did, and this is just a 1 layer of cardstock card. I am going to bring in some other layers, but here we have our background pretty well done, almost done. I do decide to bring in a little bit of silver splatter because I just can't help myself. Just put a little bit of water in there, and this stuff will just kind of sit on top, and as you move that card around or that panel around, you'll see some of that shimmer, and I just think it's so pretty. So we'll peel that off carefully, and you can take a look at all of that shimmery goodness. But I wanted to show you this stencil. You have lots of options. Bats, trick-or-treaters. You've got, jack-o'-lanterns. Just lots of fun. You can make a border with that one jack-o'-lantern. Here's where I decide to trim this down very, very little. We don't want to do too much because I do have a black panel that I want to put down. That black panel measures 4¼ by 5½ inches. And I may have trimmed the panel I just made a little too close, but because there is black on that panel behind it, it's not as noticeable. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to that black panel, and then we'll eventually glue that down to the front of a white card base. But that just gives a nice black border all the way around the card, kind of frames up our piece. And then we can use some more of that liquid glue to adhere down our panel to our base. But like I said, this is all a brand new release. I'm going to have everything linked down below so you can go check it all out and kind of check out and see what you might be interested in, if anything at all. There's a lot more being released than what I showed, so you'll definitely want to go see what there is. If you like this video, hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.